This monster is called the Licker. It is a monster that often appears in Resident Evil. It has no eyes, but its sense of hearing is extremely keen. The slightest sound cannot escape its ears. Plus, extremely well-developed limbs, generally difficult to kill it. And this monster is called Tyrant, is the most dominant biological weapon in Resident Evil. When facing it, you will feel a strong sense of oppression. It has two forms, normal and awakened. Awakened muscle surge. Both arms evolved into huge claws. It can even grab missiles with its bare hands. When these two monsters meet together, what kind of sparks will collide? Today brings the Resident Evil CG trilogy, Damnation. First, let's introduce the background of the story. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, many countries have declared their independence. Eastern Slav is one of them. However, Eastern Slav has a huge gap between the rich and the poor. The government is controlled by the rich and powerful. This led to a rebellion by the poor. The two sides waged war for more than 10 years, until a monster appeared on the battlefield that was suspected to be a biological weapon. The United States, as an ally of the Eastern Slavic government, sent Agent Leon to investigate the matter. As soon as he arrived in Eastern Slav, he was informed that the Eastern Slav government had parted ways with the United States. All U.S. citizens were to be evacuated from Eastern Slav. As a result, Leon was not happy, because he did discover the existence of biological weapons. He felt obliged to stop it. He defied his superior's orders and continued the investigation on his own. He arrives at the agreed-upon meeting point, only to find his contact dying. After saying "Be man," he died. At that moment, a monster lunged at Leon. Leon hastily dodged. This monster is the Licker. Leon also did not hesitate to shoot back. The monster saw that it was no match and opened a snake position. Leon is also in hot pursuit. Suddenly there was an explosion. Leon was directly blown away. He watched the Licker slowly approach him. Just as the Licker was about to kill Leon, a mysterious man suddenly appeared and stopped the Licker. Then Leon passed out. When he woke up, he found himself tied up in a basement. Beside him stood two members of the rebellion, JD with yellow hair and Buddy with black hair, and Chief sitting in the corner, the mystery man who just controlled the Licker. From what they said, Chief, while controlling the Licker, was also infected by the virus himself, and his body could not support itself. His coughing attracted the government troops to search. The government troops entered the basement and surrounded them. At this point, Chief began to mutate. While the government troops were stunned by the scene before them, Buddy took the opportunity to grab the gun and took out several soldiers. Leon also took advantage of the chaos to escape. Chief, who had regained his senses, saw that he was dying, so he asked Buddy to kill him and continue to lead the rebellion. So Buddy killed Chief with tears in his eyes. Next, JD and Buddy split up. JD first returned to the secret stronghold, and Buddy went to meet the other members. JD encountered a zombie on the way. Luckily, Leon appeared in time and used a big pair of scissors to kill the zombie. In return for saving his life, JD escaped from the tunnel with Leon and led him to the rebel stronghold. On the way, they encountered a soldier being chased by a zombie. The zombies soon captured him, and a parasite was stuffed into his mouth. In no time, the soldier mutated into a zombie. By the time Leon arrives at the stronghold, Buddy has also arrived. With Chief dead, there was no one to control the Lickers. Buddy decided to take back the virus that was left behind during his escape and control the Lickers himself. Of course, the price is the same as Chief, who will eventually mutate into zombies. But to defeat the government forces, he has no other choice. Right after Buddy left, JD found Leon. He wanted Leon to stop Buddy. He doesn't want to see the brother he grew up with turn into a monster. Unfortunately, when Leon arrives, he only finds the used syringe, and Buddy is nowhere to be found. Just as he was about to leave, he met Ada Wong. Ada Wong tells Leon that the city will be cleared soon, so he should get out of there. When Leon returned to the base, he found that zombies surrounded the place. A zombie also bit JD. Knowing that he was dying, he returned Leon's bulletproof vest to him. At this time, Buddy also returned to the place. Immediately afterward, JD was mutated. In the last moment of his life, he said to Buddy with tears in his eyes, "I don't really care if the country is independent or not. I just want my friends to have a happy life." This JD is also a poor man. He and Buddy were both ordinary citizens, but the government army slandered them as rebels and killed his family. For this reason, he had to take up arms to fight back. In the end, Leon killed JD, who had turned into a zombie. Buddy also told Leon that they would launch a general attack on the presidential palace tomorrow. The scene comes to Ada Wong's side. She poses as a member of BSAA and meets with the female president, but the shrewd female president finds out the truth. Ada Wong saw her identity being revealed and immediately kicked the table away. But I didn't expect that the female president would be not only beautiful but also a fighting master. The two of them fought back and forth. When Ada Wong saw that she was no match, she tried to escape but didn't realize that the president's office had been remodeled. The door and windows were closed by iron plates, which turned into a huge elevator and sunk directly into the ground. Ada Wong was caught and hung in midair with her hands tied. But as a veteran agent, how can Ada Wong not have a way to escape? She crossed her 1.2 long legs, removed the spring-loaded knife hidden in the heel of her shoe, and successfully cut the rope. By now, the resistance had already launched an attack on the presidential palace. They directly released a large number of lickers. By the time Leon got there, the place was full of corpses. When he dived underground, he ran into Ada Wong. The two of them found out that this place is actually an experimental base. The government army was cultivating parasites here. It turns out that not only are the rebels using biochemical weapons, but the government forces are also using them. At that moment, the female president also rushed over and surrounded the two of them. Ada Wong took the opportunity to turn off the lights and escaped into the dark. When the lights came back on, Leon takes the female president hostage. But he also did not expect that the female president was a master fighter and broke free of the control. A group of soldiers then shot at Leon with guns. At this time, a large number of lickers in Buddy's command also successfully attacked the underground base. To the government forces launched a frenzied massacre. The female president saw that the situation was not right and hid behind the bulletproof glass door. Although the lickers are very powerful, they still cannot break the glass door. I guess this glass should be made in China. At that moment, an incubation pod popped up. From inside, a Tyrant came out. This is the president's secret bioweapon. Buddy naturally also not to be outdone. Buddy commanded the licker to attack Tyrant, but Tyrant grabbed its head and crushed it directly. The president also took the elevator and left the base. Then another Tyrant appeared and started to clear the base of lickers, and Buddy and others. As Buddy was infected with the virus, he developed a serious condition, and that's when a Tyrant appeared in front of him. In the critical moment, Leon detonated the bomb to save him. The two then fled to the direction of the elevator, but before they got there, the elevator doors closed. At that moment, another Tyrant also arrived. Unexpectedly, the elevator door suddenly opened again. It turned out that Ada Wong had helped them. Just as Tyrant is about to rush into the elevator, a licker jumps on its head, buying Leon and Buddy time to escape. During the elevator's ascent, Tyrant relies on its great strength to open the doors. Two people had to climb up. Another Tyrant arrives and tries to continue the chase down the elevator shaft. Two people came to the ground through the elevator shaft. Unexpectedly, a Tyrant also appeared on the ground, a person in the right hand, a licker in the left hand, giving people a sense of full oppression. Buddy also stopped running and controlled a group of lickers to rush toward the Tyrant. They used their tongues to control Tyrant, but Tyrant's power was too strong, and he took care of them easily. One of the remaining lickers saw that something was wrong and tried to escape. The Tyrant is in hot pursuit. Eventually, the licker's head was smashed. Leon took the opportunity to fire several shots at the tanker, followed by a violent explosion. But unexpectedly, Tyrant not only did not die but also evolved into an awakened state, becoming even more powerful. Leon took out a rocket launcher from nowhere and fired a shell at Tyrant. Unexpectedly, Tyrant caught the shell and threw it at Leon, then grabbed Leon and threw him to the stone pillar tens of meters away. The protagonist is the protagonist, and such a fall is still not dead. When Tyrant was about to hammer Leon to death, several lickers jumped up and wrapped around Tyrant. Leon was lucky to get back alive. Buddy shows up in the tank and rams into Tyrant. Leon also jumped into the tank and controlled the barrel aiming at Tyrant. But Tyrant will actually dodge, swaying around and cannot aim. At that moment, a licker rushed up and jumped on Tyrant's head, blocking its view. Leon fired the cannon and blew Tyrant's head off. The two who escaped from the tank didn't have time to catch their breath, but the two Tyrants underground also came out after them. Just one was hard enough to fight, and this time two were not giving people a chance to live. Just as the two Tyrants rushed towards Leon, a burst of machine gun fire came and smashed the Tyrant into a cinder. It turned out that the US Air Force had arrived. The Russian army also moved into Eastern Slav to capture the government troops who misused biological weapons. The dream of a female president also fell through. At the end of the movie, Buddy doesn't die, but at the cost of being in a wheelchair forever. Looking at his country getting better and better, he feels that his dedication is totally worth it. This is the end of the movie. In the next movie, Chris will appear and fight the monster boss together with Leon. I will continue to update. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.